disclaimer, this video is only made for educational purposes. I have no intention to harass or cyberbully any individual or specific group of people. Please do not go after anyone mentioned in this video. I'm making this video with no harm. I just want to document my story. Hey, if you have been in the Korean community for some time, then you should have ever heard of how toxic, racist, annoying, and overall edgy gangs can be. Well, in this video, I'll be talking about most infamous, annoying, and largest gang of like 1.3. It has been known as the GKILL. Even if you never have heard of it, then buckle your belts up and let's go on a ride into its beginning, its rise, its peak, and its downfall. In this video, you will see a detailed story of a simple gang with good intention to help others becomes absolutely opposite of desperation and thirst of power. And you might ask, how do I know so much about it? And I'll tell you, I was the one who created it.
Lighten the mood.
I created you. You created me.
Wait a minute, why did you create that guy?
I didn't. He's talking crazy.
I have led this gang for over a year and more, been through lots of things, so I have plenty of things to tell about the dark side of criminality and overall my experiences with it. And I'm gonna say, creating this gang was one of the biggest mistakes in my whole life. I regret what I was doing and I have changed a long time ago, but I'm still being haunted by my mistakes to this day. So I figured out I'll pretty much expose myself from my past on my own terms before anyone else did it and lied or some shit. And I just want to tell my whole dark backstory so nobody would ever repeat my mistakes and go on the same path I did. At first, I have created the gang GKILL with intention to help noobs, because when I just started playing criminality, I was beaten up by like 10 people. I was just fresh beginner and no gang wanted to accept me because I was a low level, so I was forced to suck alone. So I knew their path and suffering and decided that our main gang purpose would be countering high levels and protecting noobs. Who knew Sarah with such kind intentions could become the epicenter of toxicity and zerging, taking the title of the most infamous, largest gang. This is a story of how I slowly lost my true self, trying to become the best gang through hate and toxicity. I'll be talking about only major events that have been somehow affected GKILL. So I'll be skipping lots of minor, worthless dramas that carry no information or any big changes. So let's begin. The whole story begins then. I was an average guy who liked combat games and I used to play this game called Town. In that game I just be bassist and annoyed people, but one day I started playing Blackout, which was a crime-inspired game. I was really confused, but I pretty much liked the game. And then I realized that there's games just like Blackout, but way more popular, which was Criminality. I learned about it from my friend. At first I kinda disliked the game because it looked toxic and I knew that you can't play this game alone. But my friends convinced me that they'd help me progress and be my gang as long as I played. But the thing is, I was broke as shit. I didn't have 250 Roblox, which is how much criminality costed back then. But then YouTube has recommended me this video. After seeing it, I was like, oh my god, that game is so cool and badass, I wanna be like him! And I finally bought Cream. The friend that introduced me to Cream and his other friend decides to make a group chat with me, since they both already had like somewhat experience in Cream, and remember this moment, it'll be a key fragment. Our first group chat was called Goon Squad, that me and my two friends used when we just started playing. Just remember the name, you'll need it very soon. But eventually they stopped being that active, while I still had burning passion for Cream. So I just started to play alone. I was getting mad a lot because nobody would want to team with me. And eventually I met this guy, Power Max. I saw the lag footage of our first encounter, but it was something like this. I was just running around with Melis, then he pushes me and I down him. Then he starts complaining how this game sucks. I felt bad and I decided to revive him. We added each other in Discord and started playing together from that day. We played and played Crim together almost every day, and our journey, we would try to befriend anyone that would submit to us in a fight. But then we hit our like first 10 members around that, and decided to make a Discord server because our group chat could not hold that many people. These days the official server was created. At first there was only a few of us just playing together and using the server for communications. We didn't expect or even try to grow and get good. We just were silly noobs, XD, enjoying game together. The name was created by original founder Power Max. In his words, GKILL stands for Gang Killers. GKILL. G Gang, you get it. The main gang's purpose was to help other noobs and low levels, and I was sworn to never add any level requirements and keep our goal as hashtag playing for fun. The PowerMax, aka original owner, has invited his friend Tex, which has introduced GKILL server to Discord bot. It has the ability to advertise your Discord server to everyone, and that decision starts to bring lots of new people into GKILL. We had no experience on leading or doing anything, so we all just zerged together with no uniforms, all having fun together. We didn't like the concept of uniforms, but as the gang grew larger and larger, there were less familiar faces, and we needed a way to identify each other, you know. We then have created our first uniforms. It looked something like this. I drew it with my own hands over a stolen template and sold it for Roblox. Then business has begun. We slowly grew and grew, and more people would join. We all were having fun. Our server has grew up really fast, and was already like one of the biggest gangs that were active during that time. We do not talk about Monkey Squad or CUM, since they weren't that active during 1.3. We have gotten more members than some of active high-level gangs, which was one of the first steps that has angered and provoked them to dislike GKILL, and that's where next chapter begins. So you remember when I told you to remember the name of my old friend group chat, Goon Squad? Apparently there was an actual gang named Goon Squad. Their leader had joined GKILL server and started to participate in our raids and team killing us jokingly. We didn't know about the existence of Goon Squad, and neither who was that person TKing us. But I decided to kick him out because to me it was just a troll that was here just team kill. That's how our first big conflict has begun. From that day, some of GKILL members began to betray us and joined Goon Squad.
Wait, Zippy, aren't you from Goon Squad though? You said you were a spy or something.
Bro, I was lying. I was never a spy. I'm a solo player.
I don't know, man. Zippy rhymes. Zippy rhymes with Zoom, with Goon, whatever you call it.
It does.
Yes, it does. Zippy Goon.
That's a lie, bro. I'm a solo player. I have so many videos of me playing solo, bro.
That's what they all say.
Every time we try to play Criminality, there would be like a gang of levels 100 and above just tracking us down and out targeting us to indicate that we are in ROBLOX war. Oh my god. I was very confused and not even sure like what did we do to Zebras we shade. I was just silly little level 10 who want to run a gang, but I was like, oh, so this is how we talking here in Crim. And we never run away. We always try our best to fight back against people that have like triple our experiences. I'll be honest, sometimes we got our ass whooped, sometimes we managed to beat them. The war has been going on for a pretty long time. Goon and GKILL were fighting, other Crim servers were like making small news articles about it. The war went on and on until something really stupid has happened. So let me tell you this first. Goon Squad has like two owners, which were JC and Timeless. JC is the one that has started the whole war against GKILL, but Timeless just played along. One day, out of nowhere, JC DMs me asking me if I'm interested to help him nuke Goon Squad. Even though I hated them, I did not take the offer because I had morals, and instead told JC's plan to nuke his own gang to Timeless, which was second owner by the way, which has a led argument between these two and JC being kicked out from Goon Squad. Timeless has thanked me for saving them. From that day, our conflict between Goon Squad and GKILL that was started by JC was officially ended in peace by Timeless. So much rivalry, you must think, and not a single friend we made on our journey. We met lots of rival gangs, but don't forget that we also made lots of allies on our journey as well. At that time our server was pretty massive for Crim gang standards. We had like over 400 plus members, and during that time there was a second gang with good potential that was slowly reaching GKILL's members count. And that gang was Havoc. GKILL and Havoc have both become good allies and started actively assist and help each other since then. Both gangs were pretty similar to each other. Havoc and GKILL equaled Zerg, and both were like low/medium levels. Everything was going smooth, there was some conflicts, and each gang was like helping assist each other during their conflicts, which has grown GKILL and Havoc bonds together more and more, making these two gangs best friends for a long time. Everything was pretty peaceful until this one day. Havoc started a beef with Sweaty Gang, Gump. They could get off my block or whatever. I honestly don't remember, and I don't think I never was told like the reason of how Havoc's and Gump conflict has begun. But I only knew one thing: Havoc was sure was always helping GKILL when we needed them the most. No matter who is going against Havoc, I try my best to support them, even if these people are like triple our level and more experienced. But we already were used to fighting people that were very stronger than us since the Goon Squad era, and that's how a new rivalry era of GKILL has begun. Havoc was on a big war with this other gang, GOM, that was full of sweats and tryhards from like 1.2. I had no opinion on them, I never heard of them, so neither I hated or liked them. But since Havoc was against them, I decided to try like cheer Havoc up by making this stupid meme. This exact meme was like the main reason of how we switched consultation from Havoc and make them target us instead. They were feeling like pure anger towards us, like over the meme, and from that day they started to target us like hell. We'd go in a server, they join our server, we leave the server and go other one, they just follow us again, what the fuck? And they were like ready to do that for a whole fucking day, I'm not even joking. Honestly, we suck at the game really bad, and we all were like levels 30, so we only could beat them when they were like lesser than 6 of them. Seeing all these toxic sweats and tryhards, I've gotten a thought in my mind that helping noobs, being kind overall, and having gang full of low levels won't make GKILL the best gang in criminality, and instead cause more hate towards us than positive emotions. After a long time of my friends, including Carson Poggy, who was at the time like our strongest player and GKILL's co-owner back then, convincing me, I've decided to go against my own morals that I've set in the beginning of my crim career, and add level requirement to GKILL, which at first was like around level 20, but eventually we grew and grew the more we progressed. I started the gang for fun, but in order to compete with other active gangs, I've completely lost my morals to help noobs, and became salty, fighting everyone to attract other sweats to come and join us. GKILL was slowly trying to wash its name of gang for beginners and become like tryhard clan. The war with GOM has been going on for extremely long time. They just hated me over Roblox criminality that much to the point that get personal and start doxing and licking my face just because I called them noobs while being noob myself. Their storyline will continue later on, but in between of GOM conflict there was other big conflict, but this time it was between GKILL and YouTuber. First, in between of GOM conflict, Havoc has decided to part their ways with all alliances. They had like 500 members, almost beating us in member count, but their leader just randomly snapped and decided to change the whole gang point. He purged lots of people and annihilated every clan including GKILL in an attempt to remove auto-zerging and become better, but sadly that attempt did not go well and backfired horribly. Havoc ended up getting lost somewhere in the dust and then just die and disband. But ending of someone's story is beginning to someone else's journey. And so a new fresh YouTuber has appeared in the community, which was tvdisko. He joined GKILL server and made video with us on YouTube, pretty much promoting our gang, which has actually led us to gaining lots of new members. First day everyone were excited and happy to see GKILL being recognized in media, but eventually everyone started to consider Devin annoying because he would keep advertising his videos in GKILL server, and GKILL called him out for using us. To them it just looked like we got used once and then get thrown away just because he only made one video about us and then never interacted again, besides sending advertisements of his videos. First thing, he wasn't obligated to constantly interact with us like he owes us or something, but everyone didn't even consider that, and everyone just felt pure anger towards him and wanted him gone from GKILL. I didn't see much issue in for Devin, but I decided to play along with GKILL to satisfy them, and I got a genius idea. I was like, wait a second, we can kick out this YouTuber and create beef with him for some stupid reason, and then we can follow him and gain lots of attention for our gang. I've decided to finally satisfy everyone and kick him out, then start actively stream sniping him. Our main reasons were that he used us and he's greedy XD. After like years I realized how stupid we were, and now that I know what it feels like being stream sniped, I know what kind of mental pain he went through with like 30 people stalking every his stream trying to kill him just to get him to react and rage. But back then I did not care, I had no morals, no anything. All my morals were washed away, all I wanted was blood and attention, and I was getting all of it. We were at our peak, we followed like every single one of his streams and just fought him and his guards. We were getting attention and he was getting activity, so both parties were like satisfied in some way I guess. By the way, like in that summer we were constantly stalked by another gang which was CGU, Counter Gang Unit. Our introduction to each other was just like them starting to pop out nowhere and start fighting us. And we were like, okay, challenge accepted, and they got like spies in GKILL server, and every time we'd have a raid, the CGU units would like join every server went in, and we'd have wars. But eventually CGU also stumbled upon d4Davian, and they disliked him from the start and decided to also start team sniping him. I noticed that GKILL was like his #1 enemy, so we decided to call up together so we could tie against Devin and his massive bodyguards there together. We became from enemies to allies and eventually friends, making CSGO also one of closest ever GKILL allies, in second place after Havoc King. With one day, this whole station just went from 0 to fucking 100 with just one stream. So how do I start this? I was like desperate to stream snipe Devin, and I literally sat through his 3-hour-long stream and waited for perfect timing. And during sitting on that stream for 3 hours, I have met my canon man. In that one stream, he was playing Please Donate for like 2 fucking hours. I was so pissed off that day. I just lost my mind, waiting like 2 hours for him to play Criminality, just to see him to go and Please Donate, collecting money from little kids instead. That exact night, I have made my mind to create exposure video on him, where I'd call him out for being greedy and other stupid things that made no sense. Throughout one night, I could expose a video which hits big views for me at the time, which was like 2,000-3,000. It's still big views for me, but I was not used to 1,000 views at all, so I was like in shock seeing my video gain so much attention. Lots of people have been agreeing with me and leaving Devin for GKILL. I think this is where I have lost large pieces of my morals and sanity, like the thirst of power has took over me, and I felt like I was a king. I had so many people on my side, I had views, everyone viewed me as some like edgy Batman anti-hero or some shit like that. And GKILL got even more popular, reaching its peak member count of like almost 700 people in that summer 2022. Zargo0, the Crim tuber, didn't like GKILL because it was horrible toxic plays back then, but even he has made a good and proper video where he talks about D4Damon's situation. Our conflict with D4Damon was slowly coming to its end, where he was becoming less and less active criminality, eventually completely quitting it. And honestly, he has done the right decision by quitting criminality, now that I look at it. We've been through lots of different rivals, some were big, some were small, but they all share one thing, that one way or another these conflicts will always come to an end, either peaceful or not peaceful. Our rival game would simply leave Crim. We'd throw out all these enemies, there always was one that just couldn't get over us no matter what. Gump wouldn't stop chasing us until we would gang war them, and that was like the main purpose of stalking us for days straight. After a while we finally agreed to have a quote-unquote gang war in a private server. This was our first introduction to the whole gang war concept. We weren't exactly sure how all of this work, as we never done private server wars before, because I used to think that they were cringe and a waste of time, but eventually figured out like how to organize all of that, and so war went something like this. First thing, there was no rules, as it was just a field war, which means as much people as possible can just join. The server is full to the brim. GKILL and Gump both fill up the server with each members and started fighting. The war has been going on for some while, but the thing is, GKILL members started to get kicked out because we brought like 3 or 4 slayers.
Yeah, now it's 99.
Oh,
They cannot join at all, I'm blocked.
you can't join?
No, I think they banned me or something. What the
These
fuck?
balls
Or
are
probably
the-
wait, probably the update VIP thingy
What
happened.
So they have no permission to join.
Oh, they probably like.
I know in competitive wise, of course we did wrong by bringing event items to a gunfight. But honestly, the war had no rules, they never said that we could not bring event items to just slayers, and they brought slayers themselves, but they had like lesser of them than we had. And honestly, we didn't even know gang wars were supposed to be like so fucking serious, like we just got slayers and messed around having fun killing everyone. But they were like, no, you cannot have fun in criminality, like what the fuck? Then we decided to just finish the gang war because like the half of our members got kicked out from the private server by the server owner, which was GUM member by the way. I'm pretty sure they declared us as losers that day, but we didn't care because we had fun and we consider ourselves winners because we killed them like way more times with slayers and shit. Don't feel bad for anyone because no side was good. Both GKILL and GUM were like extremely toxic to each other. They were sweaty and edgy tryhards, and we were salty little annoying noobs. Both of GKILL and GUM were stupid and their egos were way too high to end the war peacefully, so it would just continue for a sure long time. After all their intense dramas with different gangs and YouTubers and all the conflict, GKILL has finally made peace for once! For like 1st of July and August, nothing like much crazier is actually happening. David has quit Crim, GUM stopped being active, all other rival gangs just vanished, nobody was trying to stalk us or anything, it was just straight peace. GKILL member count was at its peak of like about 700 members, and everyone was just chilling, reading daily, playing minigames and doing other funny stuff together, as we grown like quite some community throughout all these dramas and events, which have put all of us together. I was proud of where I was and what I have achieved, even though lots of people talk shit about us. I surely was having like time of my life in highly active server. I have created a whole fucking game in Roblox called Criminality Tycoon, where I put like over 16 different rival and friend gangs that I knew, and you can become like owner of any of them and create your own tycoon. It was stupid but fun experience. Other experiences and set of events have completely changed our mentality. We went from like, yay, let's play this fun game and have a lot of fun and rainbows, yay, to day 125. I hate this game with all my passion. I have sold my soul to get a title of the best game player. I shall kill every new player. You stay away from criminality, so I will keep my title, my stream gang. Time has passed and went on, and we were pretty much like recognized. Lots of people disliked us because we were toxic and saying horrible things, attacking everyone. We have become exactly what we hated, but we did not care. We had the recognition we wanted, even if it was a negative one. It was awesome, and in order to make GKILL fair more like Tryhard Clan, they decided to create new stereotypical Tryhard uniform that everyone started to use from now on actively. But after all that calmness, GKILL got bored of sitting down and doing nothing much. So a great plan has struck our minds. If you guys are somewhat into current community, then you should have ever heard of such clan as CUM, Crime Approved Ministry, run by YouTuber Tankfish. They have made a video on criminality once, and I think it's like most viewed video about criminality like ever. The video has led to creation of official CUM subdivision server for Crim, with like over 1,000 of members. We thought of like, hey, technically they are the largest Crim clan. Everyone calls us biggest Crim gang. So why not we have a gang war? And the people that were responsible for running criminality CUM division server have agreed to a war. And probably it was like the coolest GKILL showed them so far. Biggest 1.3 gang, aka GKILL, versus biggest 1.2 gang, aka CUM. But I really hated the concept of private server gang war because you can play in them for eternity. You have infinite money, so you don't have to worry about losing it, and you don't even get any XP or cash for winning them. So we agreed to have a gang war in public server. What did we do basically? We both went into empty standard server and both joined it at the same time. It was chaotic, it was like a Zerg versus Zerg, and now guess how long that legendary war has lasted. 30 minutes? 45 minutes? Hour? 2 hours? Yeah, it was like whole hour. Can you actually imagine? No, I'm joking, it was an hour. It was fucking 6 hours and 30 minutes long. We fought for almost 7 hours straight. Some of my people would leave and they'd get instantly replaced with other people. But I didn't leave once! I fucking sat through 7 hours and fought them with no breaks. I started the war at like 10 PM and I went to bed at like 6 AM. I cannot tell if it was worth it, but we ended up officially winning and we have earned the title in community of crazy gang that will stay up for hours just to win, and some people started to fear gang warring us from that day. You gotta be more attention, but not everything can be perfect. In between of the timeline there was some inside beef that was happening among GKILL themselves. Like in any rivals and enemies for too long has backfired and began to develop enemies from GKILL members themselves, which I will talk about now. So from the D4 conflict / drama, I've gotten lots of new people on my side. One of them was this person called V3. He has been pretty active in GKILL since he joined in around like summer 2020. He has invited over his other friends to GKILL, which one of them was infamous CrimTuber that goes under many aliases such as Main, Hunter, Apollo, Neat, whatever else, because this guy really likes to change his name like every 4 days. So this V3 guy was pretty active and really contributed to GKILL a lot by being an extremely active host of the raids and sponsoring lots of giveaways. I honestly used to like his vibe, but the thing is, he was a big friend with our Apollo guy. Apollo is a really questionable person. He was nice at times, but then he was doing like really stupid shit, like randomly shooting us and killing for no reason. Eventually I got sick of that and decided to ban him, which has led him to starting a whole fucking Roblox war against me. It also tried to track down like every single server we go on fighters for like 10 hours. Like goddamn, what's up with all these like Roblox game members and stalking obsession. Anyways, V3 was good friends with Apollo and a chunk of active GKILL members. Was also friends with V3, and V3 was struggling to pick a side between helping GKILL or helping Apollo. He ended up choosing Apollo's side over us, and that way he has helped Apollo to create a gang that go against us. V3 has stolen some of GKILL members that he was friends with and converted them to their gang to fight us. That war was kinda active, but then it slowly like died out. It was either because they all got tired of Crim and just quit, or they all got falsely banned. Speaking of false bans, Apollo and all his associates really getting false banned. Like I had changed many accounts like more than I fucking changed my clothes. When I was in GKILL, I had to re-add his Roblox account like 5 times because he gets fucking banned. And there was this incident where the whole fucking raid got banned, like over 10 people got banned just because they were teaming up with quote unquote on hacker. aka Apollo. He's also the same guy who publicly exploits his alt accounts. By the way, Apollo is best friends with creator of aka Criminality Exploits company that makes scripts from Crim, and we three literally helped them make like a 30,000 video on YouTube that got taken down eventually. So either Moss must really hate that poor innocent fella, or maybe he's an exploiter, but I really doubt that. I don't know honestly, it's really hard to tell. Anyways, the war just went on and on. Apollo would like keep getting banned like 30 more times, change his gang like 25 times, and sometimes follow us in games with ex-GKILL members. Every time we have like a minor rivalry with some of the gangs, he would try to join that gang just to have an opportunity of fighting us. Eventually the conflict would kinda slow down as the album would just get bored or tired of trying to hunt us down, and started doing less and less, to the point we began to forget about them, which has led GKILL to not really complete peace, but it was way too calm and quiet. No wars, no conflicts, no anything. GKILL was like still pretty active, but it was getting pretty dry. And that dryness has led my friends wanting to completely reanimate GKILL, and they had big plan that would change GKILL forever. My friends were sick of the large member count being called noob zergs. A reputation for like 1.3 of being low level zerg has ticked up on us for the rest of our lives, because that was like the state which GKILL was recognized the most. We were tired of our 1.3 reputation, and we thought of a way to wash it off. Ban all the 600 members. We have done mass purge, we kicked out like 90% of GKILL server population. So that we wouldn't hold the title of the largest Crim gang anymore. And instead we tried to be like more private tryhard clan. We also have added like level 45 plus requirement in order to join. In the beginning it was 0, then 20, and now 45 plus. And not only that, even if you were level 45 plus, you would also have to send clips of your gameplay as well, so we could tell like if you were good or not. You can see how desperate we were for actual skilled players. We were thinking of a good way to get fame for our new like tryhard rebranding, like a genius idea. Be extremely toxic and talk mad shit to everyone so you get noticed by everybody. The first thing we did was create like annoying and toxic ad campaign where we went something like you get my point. We have like mixed every single negative trait in order to make the worst ad ever. Annoying, salty, toxic, and cocky. Boom, we get attention. As well, with that new campaign, we began asking for a gang war from like every single gang out there that even existed in Crim at the time. We were doing like weekly wars. Every Saturday we have a new war, and have created like a new video series called GKILL versus, where I'd make these tweet montages based on the results of gang wars we had. People were watching it, some people call us good, some people call us NPCs, but either way we were getting attention again. We have pissed off a lot of gangs to the point even the Crim Court staff and mods got mad at us and created a whole new game called RIU, Riot Assault Unit. It had some of Crim Court mods in there, a lot of high levels and stuff. They raided us once using RCU gear and admin commands while we were trying to fight other gang. Then they all were like laughing at us because we couldn't handle 5 people with admin gears and decided to leave instead of trying to fight them.
What the hell?
What is that?
Oh, there's a mod.
RCU.
What? What?
Oh my god.
Hello? What happened? What the fuck?
They're using Predator missile?
It's RCU.
What the
RCU
hell?
here.
Who is that?
Predator missile?
Oh my god.
Where are you?
I'm leaving. I'm not dealing with this. Not because we originally like, were on public server gang war with completely different gang, which was RU, realistic unit, I'm pretty sure. And by the way, this is exactly gang RU we were trying to fight, while RIU was third party in us. After the war with the realism unit aka RU, someone started spamming my DMs with pictures of my face, threatening to dox my location and my real name. The nicest interaction in Crim community, I know. By the way, I have absolutely no idea who was one threatening me in DMs, but there is such a tiny small coincidence that it happened next day after RU war. I use a theory though and nothing else. Time has passed, GKILL was slowly running out of things to do. There wasn't many good gangs that were up for a challenge to GKILL, and the ones that were up, they were like buried alive and already have faced GKILL before. We all started to get tired of Crim, which was not the first time burnout has happened in GKILL, but this time was special. My friends still played Crim, but not as active as they did on their peak. I mean, like GKILL still wasn't dead and was still active, but I was like participating in the raids less and less because I was getting completely burned out from Crim. I was losing all the interest in it. And through all that period of time, a new member of Leminarchus has joined GKILL, that eventually has gained bigger role as my friend and has joined my friend group, Hermanos. With my other good friends that I managed to make on my Crim journey, the only people that I felt were sane enough to be close to me and to consider them my friends. Remember this part for a bit because I will come back to it shortly. The thing is, with GKILL, like 98% of the server is violently racist, homophobic, and do all that other stupid shit. And I was also really fucking dumb because I'd always play along with them and act the way they'd like me to be and the way they listen to me and consider me their leader. Honestly, I realized how stupid and brain dead I was then. I was not my real self. I got used to everyone like being toxic, so I also became toxic. No, I was not innocent at all. I was indeed feeding in toxicity and edgy humor as well and playing along with it instead of ignoring and banning them. I liked the attention I was getting, and I was doing everything possible to keep it, because that was the only way I would be able to keep GKILL alive, with its active audience, even if it cost my own morals at that point. Toxic behavior was ruining me as a person. I have cut ties with my original friends that I knew way before Crim. I was toxic to even my girlfriend over stupid things, and caused lots of traumas in the community overall. But don't worry, for me, everything is perfect now. I have quit gangs, I'm in perfect relationship with my amazing girlfriend of 3 years, and I have been forgiven by my old friends, and we are in positive state now. Yay! I wasn't the person I was when I joined Crim. Like 2021, I originally have calm and attention to help noobs, make friends, evil bad high level guys were bullying me at my small server. Wah wah. 2023, I am bad toxic guy, leading group full of toxic sweats, attacking everyone and causing so much toxicity for no reason. I've started to get thoughts like these the second I quit Crim. I began like reconsidering like, my whole life and decisions I made throughout my journey, and I was like, was I really right this whole time? With following event has placed the last nail onto GKILL's coffin for me. It was a snowy nice morning. I woke up from my soft cozy bed, and the first thing I do is check Discord on my phone in the half awake state, seeing everything all blurry. I gotta check GKILL server and see a bunch of pings. I click on them and witness this scene. Stage full of 20 fucking people. Just for your information, GKILL at that time wasn't that active. The peak activity then was like about 10 people. But this day it spiked all the way to 25. So it was really bizarre to see. They all were debating on one topic. And you know what topic? That my friend Leminarchus is gay and he should get kicked. Even though he was pretty good at the game and was contributing to the game like more than all these 20 fucking people combined. And he was doing absolutely nothing wrong. He was just gay and that's it. And that's the reason of such a debate. They just like were hating on him and around him and doing the whole court trial just I would kick him from GKILL. That day it's like my eyes have been open. I was like, no way these are people that have been waiting for these years.
What was that? Our future. I'm gonna take everything from you, like you took everything from me. What? See you back home, Spider-Man.
I refused to kick Leminarchus out because he was already part of my friend group and there was no actual valid reason besides him being gay. So people started to fucking hate me. What the fuck? I don't know why, but that day it's like I have woken up and realized that I was among these people this whole time. I was left alone with my thoughts for some time, and then I would stop hosting raids in GKILL like at all. I moved on to just playing games with my own close friend group that was consist from people like Carson Poggy, West, Andy, Leminarchus, Dogeman, and Just Infinity. I stopped talking or even trying to do anything GKILL server. Since then, I was trying my best to distance myself away from anything associated to it. On July 10th, I was feeling pretty down and decided to make a video kinda talking about like why I was retiring from Crim and why do I feel that burnout. I legit was not expecting any views at all. I just wanted to kinda explain to everyone that like knew me, all the GKILL members, trying to reason with them on why am I leaving. But of course they didn't care anymore. No, I was enemy to them because I have left them and because I friend people who did not like. The next day I wake up, I see the video get pretty good views and lots of comments. I was like in shock. I did not expect to get like more than 100 views, and here I get like fucking 10,000 at the moment of recording this. Lots of people were agreeing with me or were trying to debate my opinion in comments, which I respect as well. I was in shock, but I also was happy to see all the attention I was getting. Then I just realized like, wait, you can have attention without being toxic? Question mark? So I decided to officially retire from ever running gangs at all or associating with my past life and just become a Roblox YouTuber. This way I was actually able to continue my original intention with one that I have attempted to create GKILL but failed. To help noobs and new players, teach them how to not suck and tell them what to do, because when I was a noob, there was never such a person who would direct me. Then on July 14th I proceed to create a new server. This time it will be heavily moderated and ban any kind of toxicity, because I was sick of it. I did not want to see any more of it, for fuck's sake. I want a server where people would follow me because they like me for who I am, not because
XD, I'm so edgy, I'm so toxic, I'm Batman of vengeance, of criminality, I hide in the shadows, kill gangs, but I'm racist, sick.
That's kinda end of the line of GKILL's story, but this is where GKILL path has officially ended, for me. But GKILL though still continues to exist without me. I have given all the rights of GKILL to my other close friend Andy, and he's planning to continue its legacy. However, I am not taking place in there, neither associated in any way possible. I am not responsible for whatever the fuck they're doing. The funny part, they all fucking hate me. They treat me as their enemy number one. I have spent all these years of my life giving them best moments of the Roblox life, putting them together with people that become best friends eventually. I was being on their side during GKILL era. I was hosting events and raids for them and doing giveaways every fucking Friday for years straight. 100 more fucking giveaways! Now all these people that have been through all these events with me together, they just talk mad shit about me, blame me for giving up on GKILL, laugh at every mistake I do, go on every my social media just to laugh at my drawings and shit I post there, and send people to my new server just to send fucking NCW shit. The same people that I have raised are now doing this to me. Not all of them are horrible though, there are some good people as well that receive support in my new journey, like Tex, which is literally one of the founders of GKILL back in 1.3. There's many other good GKILL members that are still taking place in my new path, and I really appreciate them for that. Please do not go out and harass anyone mentioned in this video. Don't go after any of these gangs, and neither any of these people that respond to toxicity with even more toxicity won't do anything, trust me. And I have forgiven most of them, don't really care what they do anymore. Do not attack any of groups I've mentioned. I have no intention to start hate against any of them. Anyways, lesson of the day, do not let toxicity and desperation get better of you. The real best player in criminality is the one that managed to become high level and not lose their real identity of becoming toxic and hating everyone. This is a real lesson that I have learned the hard way. I hope nobody repeats my mistakes ever. Anyways, thanks for watching. Special thanks to all these people for supporting me on my Boosty, which you can also do by doing one-time donation on my Boosty, which will give you special credits every single one of my future videos. I may also grant you a special role in my Discord server. So make sure to join my Discord server as well if you're curious to see what things I'll be doing, to participate in my events and maybe be actors for one of my videos. Thanks for watching and goodbye.
Will you get out of here? I'm a good guy. You don't look like a good guy.
Why are you saying that?